Listen to the world's #1 podcast.
Perfect.
What's the deal, y'all? You feel me? I'm back, man. Back on Fig, and I got a special guest with me today, man. Lecrae in the building. What's the deal?
YouTube? What's the deal?
Hey, my boy came in here with the business. Look, I wanted to see how much he was with the business. I said, look, man, I got two means really for big. They coming.
You're right.
What you want to do? He said, I don't know if I'm, look.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that one next time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I didn't know if that's what the brand was calling for. You know what I'm saying? We got to stay on brand out here, man. I don't get. Listen, when I go on Fig, I just drive through. I don't pull over.
Oh, so you go?
Well, when I'm visiting family.
Oh, you okay?
Visiting family.
Oh, so you got to pass by that street?
Yeah, sometimes, just to visit.
It be looking crazy out there.
I don't be out there after dark. I'll be in there in the daytime.
The daytime is crazy.
The daytime is wild too. I was like,
Mike F said he picked up one, but he just wanted to talk to her.
Right, just have a conversation.
Kind of what you doing out here and all the whole little shit. Maybe I can help you. Maybe
on one
I
of my
can
good
help
days,
you.
I was like, man, I should pray for this young lady. Maybe I should just, But then I was like, nah, because all I need is TMZ to just.
Yeah,
and it's a problem. I don't want nothing. I don't want that smoke.
So what's up with you, man? What's going on?
Man,
you hit the
I'm
BET Awards?
BET Awards. I was in there doing my thing, man, enjoying it.
Was you nominated?
I didn't get nominated this year. I just came to show love. You know what I'm saying? They didn't nominate me, man.
They didn't get at you this year.
Nah, they didn't get at me this year. I just came there just to, you know what I'm saying, spend money and wear nice clothes. That's really all
and see the show.
Yeah, see the show, see what was going on. It was cool, though. I got to see some legends, you know what I'm saying? DJ Quick was up in there, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never met Quick. I love his music, you know. They celebrated Usher, you know what I'm saying? It was a whole twerk fest, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was all women all night.
Twerking.
That was the whole BET, and then Usher cussing and the girls twerking. That was.
I wanted to ask about that, because you heard the speech. They cut him. They muted his whole speech on TV.
Muted the whole thing.
What was he talking about?
He was just really saying. I mean, he was just kind of going at certain people, talking about BET Awards, talking about how much he's invested, and then some of it I didn't hear. I ain't gonna lie to you because I had got up to go to the bathroom. So, it was time to dip. We had been sitting there for 3 hours. Them award shows be long. You know what I'm saying? So,
you real cool. Media trained. I love that. You know what I'm saying? My boy real media trained.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm excited to be here, though. I'm a fan, for real. I seen just the whole journey, you know what I'm saying? And I'll be tapped in. So a lot of people don't know my roots is in Southeast Southern California, Southeast Dago. I grew up around there, with the skylines, and so the culture just always been in me. It's just I didn't grow up in church. I met God later in life, but this is what I grew up around. So it's always dope to just tap in and just see what's.
How long you been a fan? Let's see.
Oh, how long?
How long you been?
Man, I was here.
In?
I've been a fan since you came over here. Since you graduated from, you know what I'm saying? You graduated and threw your diploma at the
What'd you say when
principal.
you came in this motherfucker? He said I threw my thing at the principal.
Yeah, I said, oh man, I didn't know y'all really did it. Y'all left and it was like, nah, we left.
We gone.
Yeah, y'all set it up nice, man. It's dope. I'm impressed. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be tapping in, just seeing what's going on, be peeping game. I love what y'all doing and the different voices that y'all be talking to. A lot of people don't know that about me. Like they think it's all just square business and straight and narrow, but I grew up in this, so it's I still be checking stuff out, seeing what's going on. I'll be like, for the longest time, I'm trying to tap in. I'm like, can Munchie B really see? I'm trying to understand what's happening over here. You know what I'm saying?
Because sometimes I'm like, nigga.
Sometimes I be wondering.
That.
Yeah.
You seen it.
Yeah.
He ain't all the way.
I seen him flinch a couple times. Wait a minute, how you flinching, Munchie? What happened? Somebody got you saw now, but salute to Munchie B though too. He good people, man.
Man, why people think you should straight arrow just because of the music? You know what I mean?
I think because of the music. And,
yeah.
Like I said, man, I really did have a spiritual transformation. God really did meet me where I was at. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't grow up in church or nothing like that. So, a lot of people think once you start being serious about God and your faith, that they just assume like, oh, you was a churchy dude. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, nah, I wasn't. I didn't grow up like a square like that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, this, you know, I just was influenced by everything. And then to me, my first gospel album was Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the first thing I heard that was talking about God. And, you know, I used to listen to Tupac a lot, Scarface a lot. You know,
but what made
like
you
that.
transition, though?
I mean, honestly,
What helped you find God? Well, I should say.
Yeah, what helped me? Honestly, so the way I grew up, my grandma, everybody got that grandma who is like the spiritual voice or somebody like that, you know what I'm saying? So my grandma was like that. But I grew up without my pops, you know, didn't have my dad. My pops was a Compton Crip, you know what I'm saying? And he was just out there, just in the streets doing his thing. Were raised around my uncles. My uncles, you know, they, like I said, they from Skyline, Piru. So I grew up around them. And for me, it wasn't like church and da-da-da. It was just like the street culture, street life, going to visit people in prison, so on and so forth, making rap songs, making rap. And then you know, I got a scholarship, went to school. And when that happened, it was a different world for me. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like I'm exploring, experimenting, studying different religions and just trying to figure out, like, you know, you're around a bunch of enlightened people and they talking about Rastafarianism and Islam and all this type of stuff.
Because was your mama a Black Panther?
That's right. Mom was a Black Panther, you know what I'm saying, raised by the Black Panther. So I'm just thinking and processing all this type of stuff. And then I just like knowing stuff. I don't like being ignorant. So I just, you know, when somebody was like, yeah, you know, like Jeremiah said, a girl invited me to a Bible study. I came, you know, I was always a girl. They was talking about Jeremiah. I was like, who's Jeremiah? I don't know none of this stuff. I don't know none of this. And I just didn't like not knowing. So I just started studying. The more I studied, the more I was like, man, you know, they might be onto something. So what really ended up happening for me was, I was like, I do think I got purpose. I just don't know what my purpose is. And so I need to tap in with God to understand who my purpose is, and just tapping in. You know, I ended up at a spot with a whole bunch of folks like me, look like me, dress like me, talk like me, but they love God. So I was like, well, if these type of things can love God, I guess I can too.
Yeah.
And then but it wasn't like a big public thing. It was just my own relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? You might meet somebody get out of prison and they just like, yeah, I'm serious about God now type of vibe. But then it was when I started writing songs, and I just started incorporating that spiritual transformation into songs. And I think that's when a lot of stuff popped off, and it was just like, you know, I remember K. Kendrick had an album way back in, a song called The Faith on there, and it was like, that's how I was coming, you know what I mean? And so, matter of fact, I reached out to him because of that song, and we started dialoguing just way back in the day because of that, and then it blew up into this, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Damn, that's wild. Yeah. And then, you know, how'd you get into the music? Like,
the music piece, so what happened for me was, like I said, I was in school, I'm writing these songs, and my homeboy was, you know, he was like, man, we doing this program at the detention center. So he's like, man, I just been talking to the boys at the detention center. So I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna go up there with you. He said, do a song or something. You've been writing these songs. You know, do that one about how God changed your life, da-da-da. I said, all right, I'm gonna do it. So I go up there, he talking to him, I do the song, and they was rocked. And they was like, man, we need this on a CD, OG. We need this on a CD. I was like, dang, I ain't got no CDs. I don't make, you know. So I'm in my bedroom just cooking up songs with a little microphone and a beat machine. Then I take those songs and I press them up. And when some of them youngins would get released or whatever, you know, I hit them with the music, hit them with the CD, you know what I'm saying, just doing songs for them. And then it just kind of like started spiraling. Different people was like, I heard this, I heard that. And then I went to this camp. It's like a camp for, you know, kids who get in some trouble, need some spiritual transformation, you know what I'm saying? So I went to the camp, and then they got my little CD. Then they sent it, they was all over the place, Missouri, Oklahoma, Texas. They spread it around. So then people just started requesting it and making orders. And from there, it was like, we started an independent label, and we was just out the trunk with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just knocking on doors because we had something nobody had. So I had a type of music people didn't know what to do with. So when I go to, real talk, we went to Bad Boy. They was like, this is too gospel. Y'all need to go to the gospel side. So then we go to the gospel side. They say, this is too hip hop. Y'all need to go to the mainstream side. So we just in this weird place. It's like, well, bump it, we'll just do it ourselves. And then here we are, man. You know, millions of albums and Grammys and all that type of stuff.
That's crazy because that is kind of like it was a weird niche for people. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're doing what? You could. Are we supposed to mix this?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
Are we
right.
so I can get kind of like how it would be like make people uncomfortable or like kind
Yeah.
of like weary of what was going on.
Yep.
But shit, you made it happen.
Man, I just try to be myself. I don't try to. I used to hate like gospel rapper, Christian rapper type of stuff because,
I ain't gonna lie, me too.
yeah,
I'm like,
I
what
mean,
this nigga talking about?
that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to listen to that. That's corny.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that. When people try to put that on me, I'd be like, don't call me that. Don't call me that. I didn't like that. I thought that was corny. Matter of fact, I was just telling somebody I went to, my homeboy was invited me to go to a NBA practice way back in the Gap, and I had my little mixtape, and then he was like, yeah, this is the coldest gospel rapper you ever heard. I said, oh my God, why you say that? So then they try to pass my CD out, and I'll never forget it. You know, Boogie, I tried to give him a CD. He's like, I'm cool, bro. I'm like, dang, you ain't even want to listen to it. So I hated being called anything like that from that moment. But now I just like, man, I just changed the game. You know what I'm saying? It's
Now
like,
you got 4 Grammys.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, now take it, nigga. Matter of fact, give it back.
Give me my CD back. I felt like old boy on Hustle and Flow. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Give me my motherfucking CD
Yeah,
back, man. But you know what? It's super crazy because my girl, she just did a interview with Black China.
yeah.
I wasn't supposed to say that, you know what I'm saying? But
Uh-oh.
it was a secret. Fuck, whatever.
You blew it.
I just blew it. But she just did an interview with her, whatever the case may be. I said, well, you know, just me trying to research just for her and help her. Whatever. I'm like, let me go look at her latest interviews.
Yeah.
So I'm going to look at her latest interviews. Boom, here you go. That was the only interview that I looked at.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I'm like, what the fuck this nigga got going on? And I'm like, oh shit, that took me down a rabbit hole thing with your shit though.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, really good at this shit.
Man.
But I looked at that interview and then boom, you know, I didn't think of nothing. And then, you know, one day I'm like, nigga was like, shit, you want Lecrae say you want to come up here? I'm like, what? I'm like, man, this shit is crazy
Put me
how
on
shit
Fig,
work, man.
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't gonna put you on Fig. Pause.
Not the real Fig.
Yeah.
Yeah, pause. Yeah. Nah. Yeah.
Pause. Yeah. But yeah, you on here, man. I mean, that's crazy how shit work, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Man, but how'd you like lead into the podcasting thing too? Like,
Yeah, the podcast came because when you're doing the music, people see a snapshot of who you are, you know what I'm saying? But they don't get the full picture from a song, you know? So somebody may hear a song and they get a snapshot, and they're getting different snapshots. They don't get to see the full picture of you. So it'd be like, I got a song with Kirk Franklin. They're like, oh, that's the gospel dude. But then it's like, I got a song with Ty Dolla $ign. They like, man, what did you do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who is this dude? And I'm like, man, I'm a lot of things. You just got to sit down and kind of walk with me. And
Yeah.
so the podcast is a time where I can just be my full self. You know what I mean? So show every kind of side of myself. And then I'm just curious. You know, I'll just be curious. I'll just be wanting to know, like, man, what's this about? What's that about? What you on? What's this on? How does this work? What's this? And so because I'm curious, I don't mind sitting down talking to people, just asking them questions. I'll just be really wanting to know. Like,
they get to know you on here, and you can elaborate.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, ask me anything.
Yeah.
And then you can just go about it like that.
Exactly.
It's just people just grow that, you know, they grow that relationship with you once you start speaking and talking. I think it's a little bit. I think the podcasting thing is just, you know, the relationship with people is just a little bit more wholesome, you know, and they just really like think they really know me.
Yeah,
like they
that's
my
true.
homies. You
That's
know
true.
what I mean? Like when I see people out in the street, they like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? I grab them just like I know them, right? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, especially if you give me your left hand, you really, really know me. So it's like, boom, I'll be saying what's up, and then like something like my girl or my mom would be like, you know him? I'll be like, I don't know that nigga.
Yeah.
And you know, I just keep walking, but it is, you know, it's love though. Like they
Yeah.
really get to know you, so it's a great thing having a pod though, man.
Nah,
you know?
I love doing it, man.
Yeah, you doing your thing too.
And I appreciate you, bro. I'm trying to just, you know, expand and tap into a lot of different things and just see what's gonna shake. I'm curious though. I'm being curious right now.
Yeah.
Like what you doing right now is real work. You know what I'm saying? Like you building something, because, you know, we both talking about the pod, whatever. It's real work. You building something, you expanding something. Like when you see the little homies still in the streets banging in the whole nine, and you got a whole empire going on right now, Like, how does that make you feel? Like, do you feel like you got to steer them a different way, or do you feel like you feed it? Like, I be always trying to process that, because in the same way, you still represent your territory, your hood, where you from. Obviously, you're not banging, but you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, man, I don't want y'all to go down this road, but it's like, but I'm still representing that. Like, I'm just trying to process, like, how do you navigate all of that?
I help the ones that want to be helped.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If you want to be helped, I'm going to help you. You know, just like that. And then, you know, if whoever I come into contact with, you know, I'm always have that motivational speech. You know, I'm me. You know what I mean? This is what we can do. This is how we can do it. This is how I can uplift you. You know what I'm saying? This is how you can uplift whatever you have going on at the moment. Do X, Y, and Z, you know?
Yeah.
I think a lot of shit just be just peer pressure, you know what I'm saying? Temptation, you know, and a lot of those things you got to get over, you know what I mean? Like, you can't let a nigga peer pressure you into doing shit or what's cool at the time, you know, keeping up with the Joneses and stuff like that. It'll really lead you down the wrong path, you know what I mean? So, you know, just be yourself, I wasn't myself until I got older, like 30 something. You know what I mean? You know, it's like, I'm like, these white motherfuckers know they self. My people don't know they self yet. Yeah. That was my thing, you know what I mean? My people don't know they self yet. So, you know, they don't know what's going on. So it's just like trying to keep up with this, that, and the other. You know, then, you know, I didn't realize that till I went on, you know, vacation and shit like that, the beach and shit like that.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, we can't even have our toes out with a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
We too hard for that. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
that's how I was. The reason why I asked you that is because, and I probably ain't never said this before in an interview. I probably haven't, but, you know, growing up, all I had was those models. You know, I didn't know my pops for real. My uncles was in the streets, and even as a grown man, you know, I remember being mid-30s and feeling like I ain't a real man because I never got put on the set. You know, that's the kind of brainwashing that I had. And so for me now, it was weird to go back to the hood and they like, what's up, OG? And I'm like, who they talk? They talking to me. And they like, yeah, we proud of you, OG. And I'm like, dang, I went the straight route and y'all proud of me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't put in work like y'all did. But I'm doing good. I matter. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm just like, man, when did that happen to us? When did we get the game twisted to where it's like, oh, you're not a real man because you didn't do this? I was taught, you know, you're not a real man until you spend some time in the pen or something like that. You know what I mean?
Well, then they go back to what we was talking about previously when, you know, the Christianity thing and then like your mom being a Black Panther. Yeah. So she should have taught your ass all of that.
No, she did.
So let me, go back to that. Yeah. What was mom's teaching you back then? Because that's cold. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You from San Diego? Was she based there too?
She from Houston. She from Houston. But yeah, but we ended up in Dago. Yeah, she did. That's the crazy thing. She taught me right, which probably saved my life. But at the same time, it's a woman. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So a woman is like, you know, a lot of dudes' moms was like, hey, you need to chill out. My mom gave me books. You're gonna read Eldridge Cleaver's Soul on Ice. You're gonna read Autobiography of Malcolm X. She was like, she put me on all of that to where it was like, okay, I know better. And that's really what made the difference in my life, if I'm being honest. I mean, she snatched me out early, but I'll never forget standing on the corner. Rivals had been coming through the neighborhood. And I'm about 13, and they like, hey, it's time for y'all to start putting in work. And I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. You know, I'm like, oh, okay, what? I don't really know what that means. I'm still like, I'm about 12. I'm still like, to me, it's just fun to, you know, you flagging and you repping the set, but you ain't been put on yet for real. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, this is cool. I'm excited about this. But then they was like, y'all share this, you know, piece right here. And if they roll through here, y'all put in work. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. This is real. Like,
I'm all medicine society with this shit.
Yeah, I said, oh, wait a minute. This is for real. And I think that was a moment when it was like, I knew every cat around me didn't have what I had. Like, it's something in my brain, I was like, I got a mama who know better. Yeah. I got a mama who has taught me a different way. I done read some stuff even at 12 that I'm like, yo, I could probably move out of this. But they didn't have that. They was like, this is it.
So you got out of there.
Yeah.
Blood a buster. You know what I'm saying? He gonna leave and do music.
Nah. Hey, but that's how it be though. That's how it be. Man, you a mark, man. You a mark buster. No, I didn't run. I didn't get out of there in that moment. I'm saying mom saw me moving down that path. No, we took the piece. We hit it in the tree. It was like, all right, I was excited. But I still was like, yo, this real. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't know what that's going to be like until you really put in work, till you see it's like, oh, okay, this is for real, for real. I didn't know it was real until it got real. But then when moms, you know, saw what I was into, saw the flag, me flagging, wearing the colors and the whole nine, she like, I see where this is going. We moving. I'm getting you up out of here.
And yeah, it's kind of like what Top Dog do for the Nickerson Gardens. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to Top.
Yeah.
It's like you get to a position in your life and you help the youth. You know what I'm saying? Start here. Because you know some people be brainwashed, stuck in their ways already. Yeah. And then you just give back. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I'm seeing Laker basketball courts and skate parks and handball.
Yeah.
You know, something for the youth to do.
Yeah.
Just recreational. Yeah, and that's kind of like what I'm on too. If once I get into the position to where for real I can give back and have that, you know what I'm saying? I've done it a couple times, but it feels good. But you know, you just got to give back in your ways just for the youth to grow up, you know, and then have that guidance, because it's a lot of things that we not that we can't do. You know what I'm saying? It's not there for us.
Yeah, we don't get access to it.
Yeah, we don't have access to a lot of shit. So I think that's what it is. I mean, me going back and actually preaching to these niggas that's already in this shit with no money. Yeah. No job.
No opportunities.
Already stuck in their ways. Ain't trying to believe shit I'm talking about. Like, nigga, hell
it's
no.
a wrap.
Yeah. Like, I gotta wait how many months to get the money?
Unless they gotta sit down. When they sit down, then you might be able to like,
it's a little believable. They'll wait because they have patience. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You didn't already did it, but yeah, I mean, it is difficult though. It is difficult though.
Yeah, man. I see that. But I love it, man. I respect what you know, I see behind the scenes. I see the fun part. I see what everybody, you know, it's like, you know, I done peep. Like, for real, bro, like, I'm a legit fan. Like, I be peeping. I see the stuff, you know, the whole story. I done did my deep dive before I came in here. So I was like, man, I know about the motorcycle stuff, the whole story. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, I got a lot of respect for what you do. But then it's like, I see behind the scenes too, like the business of it and how, you know, I've been a business owner. I own my own label. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like to run a label. I know what it's like to, you know, have employees, to have all that type of stuff set up. So I see the front face of you with the homies and the whole nine, but I also know what it takes to do what you do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, nah, he know what he doing. I respect it. And for me, I'm like, yeah, I want to salute that and I want to support that type of movement, because a lot of people don't give game. I grew up looking at all these rappers and people on TV. I'm like, man, y'all never gave me no game. You know what I mean?
For real, man. And that's what I'm here for too. And then this is the third phase of my life. You know what I mean? Like, right before this was just me and Heather, you know, running Sorella, running Last Kings. I'm up 60 employees. You know what I mean? Like, and just not being knowledgeable on nothing. You know, like, and wanting to pay them, trying to make sure they all right. If business slow, I'm still doing. I'm just making the wrong moves. You know, making the wrong moves and then taking big losses. You know what I mean? So taking care of people and having them many employees at one time and just, this is me, this is mine. Yeah. You know, like taking care of that. Like, people don't know that. Like, that is hard. That's a hard task, dog. But I could get up in front of this camera and then do it up with y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's easy. That's why I said once I got to this, you know, once I got to that other platform, which was crazy to me. I got to that other platform. You know, like I told the homies, I'll never forget that day. I was walking around my store just fixing hangers and shit like that. I'm like, this ain't what I'm supposed to be doing. But I love this shit. It's fashion or whatever. I'm fixing the hangers and all. And the homie called me pun. Like, hey, nigga, you want to come fuck with the podcast with AD? And I'm like, yeah, I'll fuck with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'll come talk some shit with y'all. Yeah. And I sat down, nigga. Them niggas was like, go. And I was like, go? Go where? They were like, nigga, talk. I'm like, oh, it's lit. Boom, boom, boom. Once it was over with, I was like, oh, this is meant for me. This is it.
What I don't understand, maybe you can help me understand this too, because I get it, but I don't get it, because I I ain't in this no more. So I ain't in this world in terms of like the California, everything changed. But what I don't get is, from the music perspective, I see how, you know, different enemigos or whatever can make songs together, or different hoods can make songs together, because they thinking, okay, it's about the money or whatever. But then I'm trying to understand on the podcast side how cats was sitting across from each other.
Yeah.
And like, it's like, what was the benefit? I think it's beautiful to see people come together. But I'm just wondering, in the heads of folks, was cats like really on some, man, I don't want to sit here with this dude. I don't want to be across from this dude.
It's always, it's good to see, because it's almost a myth. You would be like, a nigga be like, yeah, I sit with such and such, and I sat with such and such, or I was in the pen with such and such. You know, we homies.
Yeah.
We don't get to see that. We ain't seen it. I ain't seen it, nigga. You know what I mean? Could be telling me anything.
Yeah.
But, you know, and everybody changed. Everybody's life has changed.
Yeah.
Everybody's shit is, you know, on the incline. Well, in this space, some
sure.
of them are. You know
For
what
sure.
I mean? Like, and you want people to see that. You want to see how we interact with each other. We the same motherfuckers.
Same.
We just grew up over here, and you
Different
grew up
parts of
over
the
here.
community.
So that's just like comfortable to see. Like, and it's just so sick to see like us getting along, and we the same people, we the same person. Like all the shit that's done and everything that's accumulated over the years is nonsense.
Right.
If we get together, if we stuck together,
Yup.
it's ridiculous.
And it's funny, people don't get that till they get locked up, and then it's like, oh, we better stick together. You know, the South Side is on. We better link up.
Yeah.
But then out here, it's like, man, if we linked up, how much more money? That's the thing about being in Atlanta. Living in Atlanta, you see people linked up. Just, oh, we gonna figure out how to do this together. We gonna move as a unit, build something, and build on top of them, build and build and build. And I'm just like, man, I got a lot of love for the West Coast. I really want to see that happen out here. And I know this is a decades old thing, but I'm like, man, if we could figure out how to pull this together and just start building.
I'm doing that through here. I get it. I fuck with it. But like you said, when I went to Atlanta, I was like, oh, this is beautiful. I'm in Toast on Linux, and I'm people watching like this. I'm like, all these black motherfuckers in the same space, and this music going, and they all extra dressed up, motherfuckers. It's 1 o'clock.
Now that's what you gotta learn about Atlanta. Now, you gotta learn about it. The niggas out here in LA they be dressing homeless, but in Atlanta.
I'm talking about full everything.
Atlanta, you get nice to go to Walmart.
For real. Everybody's waving high, doing the shit. I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. Even when I went on the East Coast, when I'm in New York, and I'm everybody just hustling, and everybody just want to help, and I'm like, bro, where am I at?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the weather is nice out here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I think that's what keep niggas out here.
That's facts.
It's the weather.
The weather, for sure.
It's the weather.
If you're familiar with it, it is what it is. Like, I love it out here.
Yeah.
That's all, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think I'm gonna leave Atlanta. I always say I'm gonna come back out here, but then I'll be like, nah, the price, I got spoiled out there.
Yeah.
I'm spoiled. You know what I'm saying?
But for the music now, for you, like you know, you gonna stay on the same thing, or you know, how is it going for you as far as growth?
For me, I'm gonna keep cooking. You know what I'm saying? I'm still, you know, my faith is who I am. It's a part of who I am, so it's always gonna be in the music. I may work. You know, I got a song in the works with, you know, some different people that may not believe what I believe, but we still just trying to make good music. You know what I'm saying? So there's that side of it. But then on the flip side, like I said, I got a label. I got 8 other artists. So I'm investing in them and just making sure, you know, shout out to, you know, all my artists who doing their thing right now. My guy Hovey got a song going up right now with Sierra. My guy 1K Few just did a project with Zaytoven. You know, Wande, she got a project that's on the way. So, you know, I got a lot of momentum just investing in them. You know what I mean? And for me, I just stay visible so that they can eat. They can do more things. You know, I think a lot of times artists who run a label, they don't really care about, they want to look like they executives, but they don't really invest in their artists. You know what I'm saying? So if you sign to me, I'm not just gonna be out here thinking about me, Team Lecrae. I'm thinking about how can I use my platform to help y'all grow, you know, and reinvest in y'all. So even when I first started my label, my first royalty check went to my new artist marketing. You know what I'm saying? All my royalties was going to his marketing to make sure he rolls up. So And that's not to just brag on myself, but it's just saying that you got to reinvest in yourself, man. So that's really what I'm doing. I'm still be working on music. I'm gonna drop some more music. I got a single called "Still Here." It's out right now. Still here, and I'm gonna still be cooking, still be doing my thing.
What we most got in common, you family man.
That's right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I ain't got married yet though.
Come on, man, do it. Lock it down.
What's going
you
down?
Might as well be. Y'all been together forever. Y'all bound to marry. The only thing is it's not legal.
So
y'all don't have common law marriages out here.
I mean, it should be. I mean, what's the pros and the cons of being married right now? Don't lie, cause she looking.
I mean, honestly, so it's if you look at it like you invest in your life. Your life is merged with somebody else's. I really, if I'm being honest with you, I feel like people who live together and been together for years, they experiencing the same thing in terms of the relationship dynamic. The marriage part is just a covenant, like you believe in God or it's legal. It's God and legal papers. But the relationship part is the same. Because it's like if you've been with your girl for 10, 12 years, you still got to call before you come home. You know what I'm saying? You still got to be like, hey, I'm finna be out such and such, or I'm about to make this round. Or she's still going to call you and tell you, pick me up some tampons from the store or whatever. You know, it's still going to be the same relational dynamic. She's still going to be like, I feel like you don't pay no attention to me no more. That's all the same things. It's just with us, you know, especially with my belief, my faith is that I believe that, you know, I'm her protector, her provider. I'm her, you know, yeah, we won. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we see each other as one. We on the same team. That's kind of how I look at it.
Do y'all feel like you got closer when you got married?
I think no. I mean, no. We was at it because we didn't live together first. So we didn't live together. So I didn't know how she got down. I didn't really know what that was going to be like.
So you married her before y'all was living together?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
you cold.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I had my spiritual transformation. I didn't know how this thing worked. I was like, I don't know how this Jesus thing worked, bro. They was like, man, you got to get married before you start. I said, okay, well, let me do the thing. Let me do this thing right.
You still going to have an attitude, even with Jesus, if you leaving toothpaste in my sink.
I didn't know.
You in my space.
I didn't know how that worked. I thought it was like, I was trying to do it right. I was young. You know what I'm saying? So it was, boy, it was bad. It was all bad. It was terrible, boy. We was at each other's neck. But I think over time, you just learn the person, and it's like you learn how to like be who they want you to be. And that's my dog now. We like best friends. We had to find what we like together.
So she wasn't your best friend before y'all got married?
No.
So what was it? She just was a bad one?
Yeah. A bad one who loved Jesus. That's what there's no lie.
She lucked up then. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas ain't thinking like that. Oh, you love Jesus, you a bad one? Come on, I'm about to marry you.
That's it. I was like, I already be doing this thing the right way. I don't know how this works. They said be doing this the right way. I never been a part of this before. You know what I'm saying? So I was out there. I was in them streets.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, I needed a change. She's a good girl. And I was out there. So it was like, man, let me reel it in. And you know what I'm saying? I'll never forget this true story. I knew her before. So I knew her. And I didn't date her because I was still trying to work some stuff out of my system. And me and my boy, we was trying to make songs, not Christian songs. We was making songs in our apartment, trapping out of the same apartment, throwing parties, making all this money, wilding. And one of my homeboys had he met God and he was dating her. And they came over to our spot and they was like, man, you gotta change, man. You got so much potential. And I was just like, man, what is this? What is y'all on? Like, this weird. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I think just them little seeds. I think what people gotta realize, man, God always plants seeds. When somebody tell you a little something, like tell you, man, you better than this. Or I believe in you. It's like, that's a seed. You gotta let that grow. Put some water on that, man. A lot of cats, somebody get a seed like that, be like, whatever, nigga, I'm moving on. But they hit me with that seed, and I don't know what it was. I put some water on it. You know, I went to a party that night, and my car got broken into, and I had about $5,000 in cash. They stole all my cash, so they set me back. And I think that was what helped me to be like, all right, maybe they was on to something. Maybe I'm bugging. You know what I'm saying? So I watered that seed a little bit, and then that started kind of tumbleweed into my transformation. And then the dude she was dating, he was really on some foul type of stuff anyway. So I was like, yeah, what's happening? You know what I mean? And the rest is history, man.
So what is that shit called when you don't have the ceremony, but you just go to the court?
Shoot, I guess it's just the courthouse. I don't know what you call it.
Eloping?
Elope. Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm going to elope.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do that and then have a party. You invited. Come on, man.
I'm with it. You know what I'm saying?
You got to do the songs, too.
I'm with it. Turn the water into wine. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I'll be eloping, man.
Yeah, do it, man. I mean, it ain't nothing but just saying it's a commitment, but I'm just, you just be committed. A lot of dudes, I mean, it's weird. Dudes will commit to they hood, but then there'll be some girl at home who bail them out every time, who take care of their kids, who make sure they got money on their books, and then they just like, nah, I'm gonna pretend I'm not really committed to you. I'm like, well, you committed to her, bro. Like, just, you know what I'm saying? What you talking about?
Yeah, I always felt like a piece of paper was just, what is it for? You know what I mean? Some government shit. I'm all conspiracy theory and getting in my head, like, for what? We doing it up.
Yeah.
You got the ring. We living together. We got kids. What are we talking about?
I mean, yeah.
But,
man.
I mean, shit, I don't know, man.
It sometimes it could give her a peace of mind. I don't know her like that, but a peace of mind of like, oh, he really serious. I mean, obviously he paying the bills and he's still, I don't know how much more serious he need to be, but you know.
Then a nigga get you for alimony.
Now that's a different story. Hey, listen,
Did you sign a prenup? No, we don't want to talk about that. I ain't gonna get into that.
Hey, man.
No, we ain't gonna do it like that.
To sign. I was broke. You know what I'm saying?
We ain't gonna talk about
that. I was broke. Wasn't no prenup.
Yeah.
So I told her, you can't leave me, because if you leave me, I'm coming with you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, we coming together. Okay,
Yeah,
the death do us part. Okay,
cool.
yeah. All right,
we in
man.
this. Yeah, man.
But I wish we could have stayed in here longer, but your ass was late. He wasn't taking back on Fig serious, y'all, but that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Let him know in the comments. You know
that's not true. What it was that my dude Flex drive like a 70-year-old man.
Okay, blame it on him. Flex
drive like a 70-year-old man.
Yeah.
And Flex drive, he know he do. He drive like he teaching driver's ed.
Oh, man.
In LA of all places. LA of all places. So
hey, he probably one of them niggas he ain't gonna let you rush him either. Huh?
The show ain't.
My face.
Yeah. You not driving.
Drive.
Yeah. Oh, he one of them. Oh,
yeah,
see?
that's what it was, man. Nah, but it's all love. We gonna get you to Atlanta, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We kick
for
it
sure,
down
I need to get out there with you, man.
Yeah,
Come mess
sure.
with, you know what I'm saying? Come mess with you, bro.
Easy. Light
Let's
work.
chop it up for real, man.
Light work.
But yeah, man, that's my boy Lecrae in the building, man.
We out
You
here,
know what I
man.
mean? Yes, sir,
Appreciate
man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit, man. You feel me? Back on Fig. We gonna see y'all next time. Don't worry about nothing.